What's up? This is Think More. Remember to like and subscribe and click that notification. All right. Today I'm gonna talk about the difference between liberal feminists and radical feminists. A lot of people think that both of these people are like in the same cult. But the thing is, they're not. you know, the liberal feminists are kind of like privileged white women, mostly. I would say 90%. Mostly live in mostly white communities. They used to be like basically basic women, cared about their looks, wanted a boyfriend, maybe wanted a marriage, some kids or something like that. They were just basic women. Um, and usually they become radical and shave their head or whatever when something happens, like maybe their parents get divorced or something like that, or they break up with their boyfriend. So it's like some simple thing that happens, and then that's when they become radical. But they're like, because their life is so privileged, when they become radical, they become radical in the most ridiculous way. Like, both sides are pretty ridiculous. They're pretty insane when it comes to their ideas. But at least with the radicals, they're like, you can say like, well, yeah, that's crazy, but I understand why they're trying to do that. But the liberal feminists, they're like insane. It's like because their life is so privileged, usually their problems are so stupid. They're like off the wall stuff. So usually be talking about every gender is the same, and is a hundred is unlimited. We got a limited amount. You know, air conditioners are races, and trans women are women, and they're like gender don't matter, and you can women are just as strong as men and all stuff like that. And they're just non-binary crap. They're the ones coming up with that stuff. They're the ones see these women. They went to college because they're trying to meet a man. Maybe it doesn't happen. I don't know. And they take gender studies and they major in it out, and then they figure out, I'm never gonna get a job, so they become a blogger or something like that, or a journalist. Journalist. I don't know what that means. I mean, anybody could be a journalist. I don't mean none. I guess they were saying anybody with a camera could become a journalist. Anyway, liberal women are mostly privileged white women. We have nothing to do, and they can't get a job, so they become bloggers, and all they do is like tweet a bunch of insane stuff. They want to take down the patriarchy and all this stuff like that. I mean, it's like I don't even get it. It's like they're pro-Islam and know nothing about it. You know, um, they talk about mansplaining and what is the other one like man interrupting and wage gap and all this dumb stuff. I don't know what they're talking about. They're mostly talking about that. And they want equality and all that stuff, which is impossible. You can't have equality. Like, there's no flower that's the same as any other flower. If it, it's like it's impossible to have actual equality. You would have to take out some people. You have to get rid of some people to make equality. It ain't gonna never happen. But they don't care because they're just going through some phases. Like I said, they're mostly young and have a lot of energy now, and they don't really care. Once they get a boyfriend, they're done. The Lacey Greens of the world. Lacey Green is not a radical feminist. She was just playing that whole role because it was easy and it was gonna make her some money. And then once she got a boyfriend, she don't even care no more. And because that they're faking it anyway, because once they leave and they get attacked, they act like, why are they attacking me? It's like, I don't know what, like, you didn't, like, that's what y'all did all day was attack people, and now you're surprised they're attacking me now. And that's another thing, is there's some serious white knighting going on in the skeptic community. What I'm gonna say right now, like, Blair White and all of them, there's too much white knighting going on. There's too much like, you're protecting the people, you don't even know them, and they say stuff like, well, he's my buddy and he's nice, and like, what does that got to do with anything? Like, you don't even you don't even know these people in real life. How you? What does nice got to do with it? I mean, the Nazis were talking about you got to be nice. What is? What? Wait, nice people don't harm people? Like I don't get that. Oh, they're nice. They're nice to me. Like nice to me. What is that supposed to mean? Nice to me, but mean to others? Like I don't get that being nice. I don't know. It's got to me too jacked up. But anyway. And then you got the radical feminists. Now, people understand that radical feminists are not. They don't care about equality. They know that they're basically like the leaders of communism. The leaders, of course, the leaders of communism will never tell you that communism doesn't work. But they'll keep telling you that it'll work. It's kind of like the liberal feminists. They'll keep telling you that there's going to be some equality or something, that trans women are just the same as other women. But the radical feminists don't believe all that. They know there's only two genders. They know that the two genders are not the same. They know what makes a woman and what makes a man. They could care less about equality. They don't want equality. They want it to be easy. They want more power. They want power over people. They don't care about equality. Stuff like that. So that's why that's why they don't like trans. Like if you ever been to there's been a couple instances like when Blair White was at that protest, they know who Blair White is. They know Blair White is a trans person. Did you know why they attacked her? It's because they don't like trans people. That wasn't the last time. That wasn't the only time they attacked a trans woman. There was two other instances where they attacked a trans woman. It's because they don't like trans women. Because the problem is, what makes a woman is what they're trying to reject. Like wearing makeup, having long hair, wearing dresses, being overly feminine. That's what they're trying to reject all that. So if all you got to do is just put on a dress and have a wig, and then you can get the privileges of a woman, and then also say you're a feminist, they're not down with that, because then now they're taking power away from them. They're taking something away from them. So that's why radical feminists don't really like trans women or trans men, because now if women want to be, if the radical feminists are trying to destroy the patriarchy, if a woman decides she wants to be a man, wouldn't she be a part of this patriarchy? Wouldn't she have, because if the man is, let's say the man is white and he becomes a woman becomes a man. Now this man has white male privilege. So they're not down with that. That you can like just change your gender on the fly, and you can now say you're a feminist, and you can say you're a woman, and now you get the privileges of a woman. You can get paid more because you're a woman, or stuff like that, or you can get paid more because you're a trans man. So it's like, yeah, that's a lot of people understand that. Yeah, radical feminists do not like trans because it's real issuing the gender roles, is real issuing the of what it is to be a woman, and all I gotta do is almost like put on a costume. Just put on the costume of what a woman is, and then I can become that, and now I can get the privilege of being a woman, or the privilege of being a man. And they don't like that. They say, nah, if you don't have these parts, if you can't have a child, nah, you're not a woman. We don't like you. We don't want you in our movement. Because then you'll be getting the privileges that we got. Because the radical feminists are the ones who would have fought to get these rights. Not the liberal women, they could care less. The radical feminists are the ones that have fought for these rights. With their 8 cats in hand. But anyway, so they fought to get these rights. So when you got these trans women coming in there, these liberal women coming in messing everything up, they're like getting pretty mad. You're like, nah, you ain't a part of this. You can't call you a feminist. Now that you're saying you're a woman now, nah, you ain't no woman. So it's getting crazy. Like, that's what I gotta understand. It's like, they don't like each other, and it's getting crazy. So, um, I mean, I treat the radical feminists almost like the openly racist people, um, because what I like about the radical feminists is that they know that the genders there's only two, and they know that men and women are not the same, and and they know that women are weaker than men, and and they're more open about what they're doing. It's like, no, we don't care about equality. We trying to make it easy. But the liberal women are always kind of like, they're usually lying because uh, you can tell it's just a phase too, because they say the most extreme, ridiculous stuff, the stuff that makes making no sense. And then all you got to do is just look at their past, and you're like, wow, like 5 seconds ago, they was like they had long curly hair, and they had their hair done, and had nails and everything, their nails done, and they looked like a regular woman. They were like looking feminine and everything, had a boyfriend and whatnot, and they could. I didn't hear them yesterday, so it's like, and then the next day they shave their head and you know they don't have no boyfriend, and all of a sudden they want to take down the patriarchy. It's like, what? It's the biggest thing I've ever seen. Anyway, so radical feminists, they believe in two genders. They know that men and women are not the same, and they don't want equality. Want it to be easy. And the liberal women, they don't care what the outcome is. They just want something to do. They just want to look like good people. That's why their causes are always so ridiculous, and it's always like the most basic thing you can do. And we gotta fight this man interrupting women stuff. And like I got another thing is I don't know if she's the president of Google. She's a liberal feminist. She's not a radical feminist. She could care less about feminism. That's why her causes are always seem so ridiculous and minuscule. So yeah, if you meet a woman and she's talking about mansplaining and men interrupting women and I don't know wage gap, and they can't like argue it, because radical feminists are trying to be like men almost. So they're aggressive. They will try to argue with you about the situation. But if a woman comes up to you, cusses you out, and then walks away, that's a liberal feminist. She can't argue with you at all. She don't have no type of information. She don't need to. Once she gets a life, she'll just leave. She don't care. But if a radical feminist comes up to you and they want to argue with you, and they want to argue all their beliefs, that's a radical feminist. She cares. She cares about the movement. She wants it to be what she wants it to be easier, and she wants more power. That's all she cares about. Like I said, I respect radical feminists more than I respect liberal feminists, because liberal feminists, they're cowards. They will leave at any point. They don't even care. But radical feminists, they will stay to the long haul. They both suck, but I think I respect the radical feminists more, because they can't leave. They don't have the looks of the liberal feminists, so they can't leave. They gotta stay in it. They gotta make it work. All right, peace out.